Hello everyone. In this tutorial, we're gonna learn about how to create the website called Pin. So I got this wireframe right here that I created over my iPhone, and I use the app called Adobe Camp. It's a great app to come up with an idea or get some idea. So on this side, we're gonna be designing the website. So the first thing we want to do is by selecting a desktop landscape, we're going to change the background where it says background color. You're going to come up to the background, click this, and then come up with these. Let's say I create this four color template so we can get easily. So we're going to be using background as an orange right here like that. And then the second thing is what we're going to do is we're going to come up, give some nice borders like right here. As you can see, this is the border, thick border. We're gonna be using that. So we're gonna come up to the rectangle right here and then draw some nice looking rectangle by holding and dragging the mouse. So we don't need borders, and we're gonna fill the color with this blue, like kind of dark blue, right? And then we're gonna give it a size of, let's say 1160, and then this side would be 750. There you go. And then make sure place it in the middle like that. And then what we're gonna do is we're just gonna get around that there's two corners, top right and top left, but we're not going to be rounding this side like a right, the bottom left, bottom right. How are you going to do is we're just going to come up to the edit, and then as you can see right here, it's marked like a dark round, like a dark round that indicates that it's selected. So we're gonna be selecting another one by holding a shift key. Okay, and then we're gonna come up with it says corner and give it some round corners of about 10 pixel like that. Or if you know a specific number, you can just type it like that, 10 pixel like this. So as you can see, the corners is round right here like that. Then now what we're gonna do is we're just gonna give another background of white. So we're gonna come up here, we're gonna draw another rectangle, and then what we're gonna do is we're just gonna get rid of borders and then fill with the color of white, complete white. Okay, and then we're gonna give it a size of, let's say 960 by 750. That's good. So we don't need borders, and then make sure it is lined in the middle. So now what we're gonna do is, let's say we have a nav here, and then we have a huge the image we're gonna be placing, and then logo, and then this is gonna be our user picture. Why not? So let's start with the this huge image. We're gonna get another rectangle, and then we're gonna draw all the way to the bottom like this, and then we're gonna resize. As always, we don't need borders in this design, but I don't have to use any color because we're gonna be placing image here, and we're gonna use this rectangle as a mask. So the size we're gonna be using is 980, and then the height is 300. So like that, and then make sure place in the middle. As you can see, this is kind of came out, and that's the whole point right here. That's the design we're gonna be using, and then we're gonna put navigation background. So this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So this is 65 pixel. And then what we're gonna do is we're gonna create the brand, the logo, right? So the logo we're gonna be taking a look is, let's just take the logo of, let's say, pen, right? So let's just take this one, copy it, and then bring it right here, paste it by Command V, and then what we're gonna do is, left top like that, and then we're gonna bring it right like that about here, and we're just gonna draw a circle in the middle, right? Something like this. And then we're gonna get rid of the color fill, and then fill with white, something like that, and then just give it about thickness 2. So, and the color of this pen is gonna be white as well. So this is gonna be our the brand, the logo, right? And now what we're gonna do is we're just gonna create another round shape. We're gonna take another oval, take another round, and make it about 25. So this is good. You can just always come right here and change the exact number how you want. And then let's say we don't need borders again. Gonna be using this as a the shape image. So let's like that, and then let's say it is placed, make sure in the middle like this, and then let's say about 30, 1, 2, 3, and then I kind of want to do the same size as of this one, so we're gonna be taking 25 this one as well, like that, and then we're gonna be taking this one also about 15, something like this. So now what we're gonna do is we're gonna center the image, make sure it is centered in the middle, and then group them together, saying brand like that, and then make sure it is in the middle as well, like this, and 1, 2. This is great. So now we're gonna place the image over here. Let's say the nature like that. Maybe click another one. Maybe this is, yeah, but let's see another one. Let's see, yeah, this is great. This looks much nicer. So now we're gonna put navigation right here. So let's say we're gonna come up to insert, by the way, and then select a text, and then we just click right here, and then oops, by the way, it's not like that text. Let's say about like this. And then we're gonna, first one, it's gonna be home, I think, and then another one, it's gonna be let's say the first one's gonna be home, and then the space 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Another one's gonna be popular. So we're gonna resize this one because the size is a little bit bigger, so we gotta placing this one 14 is better, and then this home gonna be a little bit darker because once you hover over, you know, this is indicating that this is selected. So this one is, make sure we're gonna place in the middle as well, like this. There you go, and then make sure it is lined up perfectly. By holding a shift key, you're gonna move it 10 pixel whichever direction you want. So in this case, we're gonna be placing about 30 pixel. So this is great. Now what we're gonna do is we're gonna get some text right here. So let's say about text is, we're gonna putting pin your adventure, something like that, and then change the color to complete white, something like this. And then what you can do is you can just come up to on a rectangle right here, select by selecting this one, and then copy paste on top of this, and come on what it says fill right here, change to this one where it says flat color, and then change the color to the black, complete black, and then put it opacity off, let's say about 30 pixel, something like this. So now what you're gonna do is you're gonna change the size of the text. You're gonna put it about 36. This is great, and place it about right here, and then make sure it is lined up nicely. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, something like that, and then copy paste, and then change the, let's change to is Philadelphia PA, and then gonna say Mount Park, something like that, and then change the font size to about 12 pixel is fine, but you're gonna take let's say let's just leave it like that. Let's say, and make sure it's lined up perfectly. 10 pixel, that's great. Now we're gonna put some, let's say about this one right here. We're gonna select the pen, and then this one, place it, and then another one's gonna be our the heart icon, right? There you go. Copy this by Command C, and then place it Command V. So both selected, bring it right about here. There you go, and change the color to white. This one as well, complete white, something like that. Okay, and now what you're gonna do is you're just gonna copy this one more time, and then let's say about 365, maybe K, right? Something like this works great, and just zoom it, make sure it is lined up perfectly. It's one more down like this, and 10 pixel, something like that works good. And then let's say make sure it's lined up perfectly. There you go. 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's see how it looks. It's, oops, yeah, this is much better. Something like that, right? This works fine. Yep. And then copy this together, place it next to it, something like this, and take this one, go all the way here, something like this, maybe one more down, and delete this. Oops, this one, delete that, and then let's just put just the regular line right here, about this much line, and thickness is 2 pixel, and about this much, and opacity we're gonna change to about 50, let's say about 40 pixel. Let's just change right here where it says 40. That's good. And let's make sure, oops, go, something like that. Are you kidding me? There you go. This much better. Make sure it is lined up perfectly. 10 is good. Now what we're gonna do is, let's look at our wireframe. We're gonna put this for image. Okay, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna come here where this is rectangle again. We're just gonna draw another rectangle. Oops. Put the size of, let's say 350. Oops, about 350 by 175, something like that. Get rid of borders. We don't need borders. And then we're gonna get the nice looking picture inside. This is too bright. Let's see, this one is it's good, right? And let's say why the rectangle looks so like this. This is much better. Now what we're gonna do is we're just gonna place it, make sure it is lined up perfectly. 10 pixel from the top and another 10 pixel from the right side. So another one we're gonna be taking a look is we're gonna create another one. Let's 3 more. So let's say copy paste, and then there you go. So and then let's say 10 pixel down. This is great. Now what we're gonna do is just gonna change the image. Let's say put this one for this one. Let's say there you go. And this one we're gonna put the food, right? It's so bright color. Just gonna change. Maybe this one is gonna be another nature. There you go. So this is great. And now what we're gonna do is we're just gonna put our, let's say I want to put the text inside right here. So I'm just gonna copy this all together, and this one, and where's this one? There you go. This one. Oops. Wait a minute. I'm just gonna take this one, another one, and this one, and this one. Copy paste right here and bring it all to the top so we can see it. So now we're gonna select this one and then copy paste on top of another, and then come to the fill and fill it with just the regular and put a darker color and put opacity to, let's say about 25 is good. There you go, something like that. And now what we're gonna do is we're just gonna put about, let's say 34, but the size we're gonna be changing to, let's say about 14, maybe 16, something like that. And then let's change this one color to orange. Okay, so make sure it is lined up perfectly. Right, like this, something like that. 10, it's great. And we're gonna be changing this one about, let's say 16. There you go, this is great. Now there you go. So far our design looks great, but we have to put some you know, some other stuff to make it more nicer, right? It's always great to have some idea and then, changing that to make it much better. So the white is good for this one, and this one we're gonna be putting about 16, and let's say like this. This is great. And something like that. Make sure it is lined perfectly. 1 2 3 1 2 3. There you go. So once we create the first one, the second one is gonna be much easier. So what we're gonna do is we're just gonna place what it says. Let's say this pin, or maybe place is the best best place I ever been. There you go. Now what we're gonna do is, oops, 1 2 1 2 3. There you go. Something like that. This works good. So we're just gonna copy paste. Since we created the first one, the second one is gonna be easy. So what's left? Let's look at our design. It is, we've made this one, that one, so we're gonna be creating this side where it says let's say the username, picture, and then the name, what he does, probably, I don't know, the location could be, but we can make it possible. So let's just come to the oval, make around about 80 pixel, and we don't need borders, but we're gonna be filling with the something, I don't know, face, maybe food, kid, nature, beach, something like that. Let's leave it like this. So just gonna roughly make it in the middle. 1 2 3 4 is great, I think. And then we're just gonna come up to the text. We're just gonna put my name since I'm here, and change the color to this one. As you can see, we made a lot of mistakes. No. And make sure it is placed in the middle. 1 2 is good. And copy paste one more time, and let's say, come on, let's say UI and UX designer. Okay, and put it italic, and maybe this color, right? Let's see how it looks. Yeah, maybe same color. Nah, maybe. All right, let's just leave it like this, and center that. Make sure it is centered perfectly. There you go. 10 pixel down. And the size we're gonna be changing to this 14, maybe this one a little bit boldish. There you go, much better. So now we're gonna put some buttons. As you can see, there's the 2 buttons, and we're gonna create that button right here. Oops. As you can see, we can always come here, change it to 110 by 30. Oops, something like that. 110. Don't need borders. Change the color to orange, and 5 pixel radius is great. So copy that, paste it right here. Okay, 10, 20, and together, let's say place in the middle. And the other one we don't need to fill, but we're gonna give it a color of border to this grayish, but the thickness is 2. Is great. Now we're gonna put some text inside of this, saying, let's say, follow, and then this one's gonna be copy paste, and this one's gonna be, let's say, message, something like that, and then change to 12, something like this. And by holding a shift key, you can always adjust it in the middle together. Oops, this one, but not this one. So like that, and then make sure it is not really bold. This one and this one is not bold, so maybe semi-bold is fine. So the last thing we want to do is we're just gonna copy it one more time. Maybe, yeah, you can just come to text and say something 310, but the size we're gonna be creating about 36, no, not 36, but 30, something like that. And then copy paste and say pins. Oops. Maybe posts, something like that. Color, the size is 12. The color we're gonna be putting about this one, the grayish. Okay, let's put it in the middle again. 10 is good, and make it bold, something like that. So copy paste, something like this is great, right? So oops, something like this. This one and this one is, make sure it is 1, 2, 3, is something like this. And we don't need the ruler, and maybe we're gonna be putting some divider right in the middle, like this. And thickness is about 2 pixel, and the color maybe it's good, but we're gonna take an opacity out, something like that. So let's take a look at our wireframe. Wireframe looks good, and our design is also looks good. And I think we're done. And please let me know if you guys like it. Please hit the like button or subscribe for more. Thank you.